like to follow up the statements that have been made by my colleagues, to thank my colleagues on the council for working together, to thank the staff for providing wealth of information on every issue we talked about, and for the support they've earned in the community by carrying out good government. But I would like to just say a word about what I think is key about this night and about local government. Local government is special. I remember 35 years ago, I had 4 kids in elementary school. They had closed down 10 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools. We were meeting with parents and saying, God, what's going to happen to our schools, funding of schools, selling off school property. Someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, well, why don't you go to the school board and tell them what you think? They're the ones who make decisions. I remember thinking, go to the school board? Well, why not? And I remember that first night I walked in there, looked up the rules, 3 minutes, certain part of the agenda. They were very busy. Who am I to come here? I remember nervously getting up and saying in my 3 minutes what I could. And the board chair, when I finished, smiled, looked at me, thanks so much for your input. I remember that feeling I had leaving the meeting, saying, gee, even if they don't do what I say, the chance to get up and express that made me feel that it was worth it. I remember doing the same thing at the council 10, 12 years ago about traffic, growth, quality of life, speaking for 3 minutes, sometimes speaking for 2 minutes, going to ARB meetings early in the morning, signing petitions, advocating. I remember sitting there at night, frustrating, at 11 o'clock, the vote goes against what you said, leaning over to the one other person in the room saying, gee, I think you have to be on the council to really have an impact. I got a quizzical look for that. But another time at 11 o'clock when the vote came, one of the council members said, I'm going to change my vote because of something that people said tonight. Well, I finally, with friends and neighbors, ran for council and got on the council. I remember it was a night like tonight. I started out there, took the oath, walked up to the dais. And I said, how am I going to retain that feeling I had of people coming to speak to you, that it's important and vital, key to them? So I got an agenda. I remember reading somewhere that if you write something, you retain it longer than if you just listen or you later hear it. So I got an agenda for each meeting I went to, and I wrote down the name of every speaker who came. And I wrote 5 to 10 words about what they had said, what was different or unique of their thing. Now, did I agree with them all? No. I voted for some, against some. But I had to, in my own mind, say, if I voted against someone, did I have a good reason for doing it? I went through my sheets the other day, figured out there was about 1,000 people who come to speak each year. That means over almost 9,000 people in the time I've been here. And that is the basic deal of local government. We agree to make decisions in public. We have the same information the public has, and we will listen to anyone who comes and has something to say about that. from my own experience, I know it's important to them. They feel it, they know it, they experience it. So that basic deal of local government has been my pleasure to participate in over the last 9 years. I thank my colleagues